A mass shooting happened in Manhattan, inside the offices of one of the largest private equity firms on earth, Blackstone. But if you read the headlines, you'd barely know what actually happened. What none of them will tell you, at least not directly, is that the person who died wasn't just an employee. She was the CEO of a $53 billion real estate fund. A fund that helped make it nearly impossible for millions of Americans to ever afford a home.
We buy assets, say we buy a company, and we make them better.
Went through this crime scene. You said that this is the worst you've ever seen.
This was horrible. Let me put this in what really happened. Like, I was down there in 20 minutes as the incident commander, and what are we up against, right? We have casualties in the lobby. One of our own, Officer Islam. We got a mom executive dead. We have a security guard.
Her name was Wesley LePatner. She was the CEO of Bright. She was shot and killed at her office.
He makes his way to the elevator bank, where he shoots a security guard who was taking cover behind the security desk. One additional male shot in the lobby, per his own statement from the hospital. The shooter then calls the elevator, which opens in the lobby. A female exits that elevator, and he allows her to walk past him unharmed. He goes up to the 33rd floor, which is route and management, and begins to walk the floor, firing rounds as he traveled. One person was struck and killed on that floor. He then proceeds down a hallway and shoots himself in the chest.
Bright was founded in 2017, and since then it's become one of the most aggressive real estate investors in the world. Their model? Buy homes in bulk with cash, no mortgages, no delays. Just fast, high bids that edge out normal home buyers.
Remember, after the crisis, they quickly became the largest owner of single-family homes in the country. They brought them all together. Then they created a company called Invitation Homes. They took it public, and then they got out of it.
They really had, I would say, the best period following the financial crisis, because they were actually able to out there and sort of snatch up properties that had become distressed.
Since launch, they've acquired over $105 billion worth of residential real estate, especially in the Sun Belt region.
A lot of them still have so much dry powder sitting there, and they can sort of take advantage of situations when they arise.
Neighborhoods that once housed families are now permanently controlled by a Wall Street trust. These homes aren't for sale anymore, they're for rent, forever. And in some cities, Bright has so much control, they effectively become the only landlord, which means they set the rent, they control the supply, and nobody can push back. It's a monopoly. This is why so many people can't afford a home anymore. Not because they're lazy, but because they're competing with $100 billion of algorithmic capital. And that makes LePatner, as a CEO, a key figure in a housing model that many believe is predatory. When the news of her death broke, something strange happened online. People didn't mourn, they celebrated. Memes started spreading, jokes, mockery, even hashtags like Luigi, Mangione.
Hours after Wesley LePatner was murdered in the lobby of her office building, people online were celebrating her death. Wesley was a very high-ranking real estate executive at Blackstone. Not even, a few hours after her identity was confirmed by her employer, people on Reddit, on X, on Instagram were posting saying that she had it coming, that it was karma, and that they are surprised that more things like this have not happened.
A dark internet reference to class-based retaliation.
There are major holes in the story that the mainstream media is trying to sell us right now. The man clearly walked into that building with intent. And then they're saying he went to the wrong floor. We know that he wasn't intending to walk out of the building. So if he went to the wrong floor and didn't find his target, why would he just stop there? And why, when they first searched his car, was there no mention of a note about the NFL? In fact, police went as far as to say they don't know what business, if any, he was targeting. And I still think it's weird that we haven't seen any of the security camera footage yet.
Here's the thing. None of this was in the headlines. They called her an employee. They focused on the shooter's NFL grudge. They said it was a mistake. They never addressed who she was or the company she represented. Why? Because acknowledging her role means acknowledging a growing public resentment towards how housing is being financialized.
I'm wondering why the news won't tell you that another CEO was shot and killed. It's probably because of how the world reacted to Luigi and Brian Thompson, cheering on the fact that the man who played a role in denying millions of Americans health care was shot dead outside a lobby in New York City.
It means admitting the system is not just broken, but engineered that way. This story isn't about one CEO. It's about a system that turned shelter, something basic, into an investment product. And when people start celebrating the deaths of those who profit from it, that's not just a reaction, it's a warning. One the media doesn't want to talk about, but we have to. Because the longer we ignore it, the more normalized this resentment becomes. And history shows that kind of tension doesn't fade. It explodes. My name's NSL, and this is the housing story they don't want to finish for you, but I will. Hello, this is NSL. I hope you enjoyed that video. It took me about 18-ish hours just editing. Huge shout out to the people who DM'd me on Instagram. All the love and support has been crazy. The only reason I'll keep going is my followers, and the amount of support that I've been getting is insane. We grow so fast on Instagram, and I don't plan on stopping. In the near future, I'm planning on getting Reddit, Discord, Telegram, just an online community where everybody can connect and ask each other. Thank you for being on the ride with me. You guys are officially the day ones. Peace.